Hi again. Today we're going to write some numbers beside the expense types that we listed yesterday. How many times per year does each expense occur? If an expense is monthly, write 12. If it's quarterly, write 4. If it's once a year, like home insurance for example, write 1. You get the idea. Beside that number comes the amount. So if you pay $950 in rent monthly, then the line should read rent 12, 950, that's all. Start with your fixed expenses. If you have many fixed expenses, it might be helpful to divide into sections like home, living, transport, etc. Now come our variable expenses, and since they're very irregular, you're going to have to go with an approximate number and amount. For birthdays and holidays, for example, decide on the number of people that you buy presents for and the average amount per person. Another line could read, for example, furniture/decorations to 500. It will be adjusted as we go throughout the year, not to worry. The important thing is that we have some numbers to work with right from the beginning. The next sheet is your necessary expenses. Here we're going to apply monthly numbers. So if you fill up your car 4 times a month, for example, imagine the approximate amount that it takes to fill up and write down on the sheet gas for $65. Another example would be your grocery bill. Let's say you go food shopping once a week and each time you spend some $80. The line would read food for $80. You get the picture. These expenses should all be paid for either from a special bank account or with a credit card. It'll make more sense once we see our financial cockpit in action in the next video. Now we come to our emotional expenses. These we calculate as a group and on a weekly basis. Let's say you mark down pizza, ice cream, fashion magazine, coffee, and energy drink on this list. Figure out how much all of these items would cost you in a week. You know yourself best. If you get weak every time you see a cool t-shirt or a new lipstick and you can't resist buying it, then it should be on this list. These emotional expenses must be paid for strictly by cash. Decide on which day of the week you will take out your weekly amount, and once your wallet is empty, you will have to wait for that day again before filling it up. It might sound harsh, but it is the easiest and most effective way to get control over your emotional expenses. If you never ever pay anything with cash and you always use your iPhone, debit card, or store issued reward card, then you'll have to set up a separate bank account which will run empty after your weekly allowance to create the same effect. It might be a big change in your habits, but it will be a big step towards your financial control, believe me. Do your best to fill these 4 sheets and don't worry too much if you forget a couple of positions. Your financial cockpit is dynamic. You can always add or delete expenses. Again, the important part is to get started. For the next 2 videos, just sit back and relax. It will take you through how the cockpit could be set up, how it's being populated, and how it works. My life, my friend, will take you there. Enjoy the ride.